Hey, what's up, guys? It's Russo. Hope you had a good weekend. I had a great weekend. Took a couple of days off, caught up on some White Lotus, had some Chipotle with my wife, and spent some time with my daughter. It was a good one. I'm feeling very refreshed, excited to get back into the grind this week. We're going to be talking about the NBA slate. We have 8 games today and some pretty exciting matchups, especially this last matchup of the night. The Lakers and the Rockets should be a lot of fun. So let's talk about the plays we're taking today. I'm going to be going with Thompson over 25.5 PRA. We're getting this all the way down at 24.5 on Underdog. Going Vucevic, 24.5 points, rebounds. I think I'm getting the same price on Vooch. Yeah, 24.5. We're going to go Kawhi Leonard, 31.5 points, rebounds, and assists, getting that on both platforms. And then Jordan Poole, 14.5 points. Actually, my bad. I thought that I was getting a discount on Amen. It's also 25.5. I believe that's the same on both. So yeah, just the same across the board on both platforms today. Yeah, feeling good about it. We've been getting this Jordan Poole line at 14.5, which is, I know he's a little bit volatile, but that's a very low line for him, and he's matched up well against Miami, so I'm excited to get into it. Be taking that for more. If you guys haven't signed up for Underdog yet, you definitely should. They're running all sorts of promos. They're about to be running all sorts of promos coming up here as we approach the start of PGA as well. So if you haven't signed up yet and you would like to, use my code JRUSSO, and they're going to give you up to $1,000 in bonus cash plus a free pick to help you cash your first slip. And they've got all sorts of fun options on their platform. They've got like regular pick'em. They also have streaks, which is a lot of fun. You just put together like two plays, and then you can add a play every day and then cash out whenever you like. It's a lot of fun, so definitely go check that out. Let's start breaking down the plays. If you guys don't mind, do me a favor, like the video, drop me a comment. If you have any questions about plays, hit me up in the comments, and I'll get right back to you as soon as I can. Do a little bit of research with my tools and help you figure out some plays in the comment section. So yeah, let's talk about Thompson. This line just seems a little low to me. He was really on a burner until he got injured in this Pelicans game where he almost had a triple-double. The game was already in hand for the Rockets, and they let him stay out there when they pulled the starters because he needed like one more assist for a triple-double, one more rebound is what it was. And he like rolled his ankle like the very next play when he was checking out of the game. They're like, no, stay in, get your triple-double. And then he rolls his ankle, and then he missed this time. But he came back, and he's been back in rhythm here outside of this one game against Denver. He's cleared this PRA in 4 out of his last 5 games. The matchup kind of middle of the road and a little bit above average on the assists. So 14th in points allowed to small forwards, 11th in rebounds allowed, 10th in assists allowed. So just a little bit above average. If we look at the head-to-head, though, it's looking pretty solid. Last time he played them, he went nuts on rebounding. 16 rebounds, went for 42 PRA in total, and that was on January 5th. So a little bit of a different look for the Lakers back then, but I still feel good about him getting this done. He did play 40 minutes in that game, and it didn't go to overtime, so he had pretty extended minutes. I don't think he's going to get 40 minutes tonight, but we don't need him to get 42 either. We don't need him to get 32. We just need him to get 26. So I feel really good about it. If you look at this last game too, even earlier from last year, he only went for 10 PRA, but he also only played like just under 12 minutes. So we're not really paying attention to that one. In this last matchup, he had 19 shot attempts, shot 58%, didn't cash anything from beyond, the 3-point line, but didn't really need to. 14 rebound chances is what he's averaging, but he had 19 rebound chances in that game. He pulled down 16 of them. So very aggressive, very efficient there. And now let's look at what his minutes have been lately. So averaging about 30 minutes a game. It's been sort of like tapering off a little bit, but I expect him to get a good minute share tonight against LA. He is coming off of a back-to-back, and he doesn't have the worst, or he's playing in a back-to-back. He doesn't have the worst history with back-to-backs either. He has, out of his last 5 back-to-backs, these games he was like relatively close to still hitting it against Brooklyn, Toronto, and Golden State. But then if you look at this game against Utah and then against the Spurs, I know it's softer matchups, but they're still back-to-backs, and he popped off for 33 and 39. Not a huge sample size, but let's see. Let's go to the last 10. So yeah, 6 of his last 10 back-to-backs, he's got it done. And when he gets it done, I'm talking 32 or more, just kind of going crazy with the rebounding. So, 6 out of 10 when he is playing on a back-to-back, 4 out of his last 5 regular games, got it done in the head-to-head. 7 of his last 10, he's cleared this. So all the indicators are pointing in the right direction for this play. And I want just a little bit of everything for Amen, since he can do a little bit of everything. He's kind of been popping off on the assists again, which is a lot of fun. We can get his assist line kind of low sometimes. Let's see what Daily Grind thinks about it. This is the DFS optimizer, if you're unfamiliar. It basically just crunches all the numbers across all the platforms and makes sure you're getting a good deal. My internet's loading a little bit slow. Let me see. Come on, give me Amen Thompson. But yeah, and it'll basically, whatever platform you're set to, it will just, I need to type in more. There we go. Took forever, but we got it. All right. So they like his turnovers over 1.5 as the best over. They're feeling his points rebounds under. And this is, again, based off of what the other, it crunches the numbers between what all the platforms are putting the line at and what their odds are at. And then it kind of gives you a consensus of what they think. And then it'll let you know, it'll show you discrepancies if there's like a discount on the platform you're getting it at. You can see what the actual line is on all the other platforms. So they're not feeling the PRA. They have it slightly favored to the under, 50.42% odds to hit the under, minus 118. Maybe because of the back-to-back, some of these odds makers. I mean, some of them are favoring it to the under. Some of them are middle, like a 50-50 shot, and some are favoring it over. Now, I think part of the reason that the optimizer isn't liking it is because there are some platforms that have it at 24.5. So it's not heavily juiced to the under, but the optimizer's recognizing that you're not getting this at a value, paying 25.5 for it on Prizepicks. I still like it. I'm still taking it for more. But you guys can go with your gut. You could take the rebounds and assists. They like that to go over 11.5. They have it at a 50.88% odds to hit the over, minus 122. And they like his points assists. I mean, the assists, like I said, have been popping off for him lately. If we look at these last 5, and then we'll keep it moving here. 9, 5, 5, 11. Didn't get much done against Denver, like we said, but yeah, I mean, if you want to go points assists, I love that rebounds matchup. I want that attached too, especially since he went for 16 last time he played them. So go with your gut. You have some pivot options if you don't like it. So what are we looking at here? Vucevic. Okay, so this is the note from Outlier. We'll start here because this is beautiful. He's exceeded 24.5 points rebounds in 10 straight games versus bottom 10 defenses for rebounds allowed. In these games, he's averaging 34.9 points rebounds, so 100% hit rate over 10 straight games of these types of matchups, and you can see the rebounds have been pretty consistent over these types of matchups. If we look at the last 5, which the Bulls just have an energy about them right now. Now they're playing against OKC, which unfortunately, Josh Giddey is a game time decision. Man, everyone wants to see Giddey playing against OKC again. But yeah, so he's cleared this, only 2 of his last 5, but Vooch has come close in these misses that he had here against LA, Denver, and then LA again. But yeah, got it done against Dallas, got it done against Sacramento. And I wasn't expecting him to ball out much in that game against Sacramento. That was kind of the start of the Josh Giddey's been on a burner for like 15 games now, but the Bulls as a team have been kind of like just starting to look like, wait a minute, what's going on here with Chicago? And it started for me, what I was paying attention to was that game against Sacramento. I wasn't expecting Vooch to go off, and he had a great game. If you look at the history of these matchups for Vooch against OKC, it actually looks pretty solid. He's gone for 28 and 31, so he's got it done in his last 2 head-to-head matchups. So this 28 game, this is from the previous season, and then this was the start of this season, October 26, 2024. So kind of like hard to say that just because he got it done then, it's like it's been a decent amount of time now, and these teams are kind of finding their identity, and they look very different at the beginning of the year, but I still feel confident about him getting this done in this matchup. The Thunder are actually really vulnerable when it comes to rebounding. It's improved a little bit with Hartenstein and getting Chet back, but I believe both of those guys are game time decisions tonight. Hartenstein, game time decision, still listed as questionable, dealing with a hip issue, and Chet also dealing with hip issue. These bigs, man, it's like their bodies can only take so much when you're getting all athletic about it, when you're at 7 feet tall, but so my one thing I will say is with the bigs out, sometimes you think that's just like the perfect opportunity if you're taking a big like Vooch, but at the same time, this could encourage more of a small ball look. So I think that the Bulls will be able to keep up pace wise, even if the Thunder do elect to go somewhat of small ball approach. So I'm not necessarily concerned, but that's something that you should consider. So yeah, overall, Oklahoma City's tough. Second in points allowed, but 22nd in rebounds allowed. So, both matchups, he's gone for 12 or more rebounds when he's matched up. And then the game that he didn't get it done, he still had 9 rebounds in that game. So they're kind of in rhythm right now. If we zoom out a little bit more and look at his last 10, this is bumped up a little bit. Points, rebounds alone. So only 3 out of his last 10. So if you don't want to take it, I totally understand. But we got to consider this note, like we said, when he's playing against teams that are bottom 10 defenses for rebounds allowed. He's got a 100% hit rate over his last 10. So go with your gut. This is kind of right in that sweet spot where, I'm sure the odds makers are loving it because they're putting this line right where you have an important decision to make. But I'm taking the over on Vooch. Let's take a look and see what Daily Grind thinks. Come on. Moving a little slow today. Okay, so they like his rebounds over 8.5 is the best play for him. So you could take that if you want. 51.74% odds to hit the over, -126. They like his steals over 0.5. They like his points over 15.5. The points, rebounds, they don't like those together. Maybe we're getting a little bit of let's see, so 15.5, that would be 23.5, 24. So yeah, it's the 0.5 bump that they don't like. They like his full PRA and they like the points assists. So yeah, you have some pivot options here. The full PRA at 27.5, I actually like that too. When I took the points rebounds, actually, did it get bumped down? What did I get it at? Yeah, 24.5. Okay, so no. But when I was looking at it, it was at 28.5 for the full PRA. So you might want to take that because that is just a 3-point bump. He's been assisting decently. If we look at his last 5 games, let me show you. I think decently, meaning enough to have a 3-point bump be worth it. Yeah, so 3 out of his last 5 games, he's gone for 5 assists or more. And then the 2 that he missed, he was just 1 away from hitting that 3 mark. So yeah, if you want the points assists or the full PRA, go ahead and take that. You've got plenty of options here. So let's keep it rolling. Jordan Poole. All right, so this one's pretty simple. I just think this line's too low. 14.5, 4 out of his last 5 games. Not taking as many shots as I would expect from Jordan Poole, but he's also not getting the minutes. 23.4 minutes a game right now. But still 12.8 attempts in 24 minutes is not bad. 50% from the field, just 2.2 fouls, not getting in foul trouble. And then 44% from beyond the arc, shooting 8.2 attempts and cashing 3.6 made threes a game right now. But he tends to match up well against Miami. Let me just take this out here. I was taking a look at some of the guys that are out. So yeah, look at these last 2 head-to-heads. So one was from earlier this year and one was from the year prior, but 4 out of his 5 matchups all with the Wizards, he's cleared this line. His most recent 2 matchups against Miami, he's gone for 22 points and 21 points. So the matchup overall, 7th in points allowed. Yeah, kind of tough. When we go to the shooting guard position, it's even tougher. But we have a history here where he's not had trouble getting over this 14.5 mark, except for this one game, last year. But other than that, 80% hit rate in the head-to-head, 80% hit rate in the last 5. Let's see, is this note going to be discouraging or good? No, we got a good note here. So he's exceeded 14.5 points in 10 of his last 12 games at home. So he plays better at home too, apparently. 22.9 points a game is what he's averaging. He had a couple of 40-point games where he really popped off. But yeah, so we have an 83% hit rate in the home games over the last 10, 80% hit rate last 5, 80% hit rate in the head-to-head. So I'm feeling good about it. Let's see what Daily Grind thinks. They don't like the points. 14.5. So go with your gut. Yeah, everyone's got it slightly favored to the under. 51.88% odds hit the under, -127. They like his first quarter points over 4.5. They have that at a 51% odds to hit the over. They just don't think he can get, 10 more points in the next 3 quarters. I think he can do it, but that's just me. They don't like the points assists either. So yeah, they're kind of favoring everything under, but that's the other thing is like the injury report. We got Kubawale is out, Brogdon's still out, Keyshawn George out, and Chris Middleton is out for this game. So someone's going to be shooting the ball. I know Alex Sarr will probably get his, but I just think Poole can go for 15 points. He's averaging 3.6 made threes a game right now. If he cashes 3 of those, we're at 9 points. And so he just needs, 6 more points between everything. So 14.5, I'll definitely be taking this for more. All right, let's move on to the last play here. Kawhi Leonard. All right, well, Kawhi's been getting his minutes. He's playing great. He's fully in form. I was tempted to take his fantasy score in this because last time he matched up against them, he had like 4 steals and 2 blocks, and he went for 64 fantasy score in the last head-to-head. But he hasn't been getting super active on the blocks and steals lately. Still having some spike games here. But this is not the Kawhi that I know. This is the Kawhi I know, this 6 here against Brooklyn. But let me just zoom out a little bit. This is looking a little bit more like Kawhi. If you go to the last 10, 8 out of his last 10, he's had at least 2 on the blocks and steals. But this last 5, it feels safer to me to just take the PRA instead of the fantasy score. I was very tempted, but yeah, he's been playing great with his minutes. 9 out of his last 10 games, he's got this done. The minutes are there, 35.6. They're fully taking advantage now of what they have in Kawhi Leonard and giving him the minutes. They eased him in. They were very careful about it. They're still being careful with his knee. He's questionable for tonight's game. He's a game time decision, but it seems pretty obvious that he hasn't played a back-to-back at all this season. They're not going to do that with his knee. So they're not going to risk it. They don't need to. They have the depth. They have a pretty solid team. So they gave him the night off in the last game. So I think he's playing tonight. There's nothing significant that's being mentioned about this injury. It's just that, he hasn't played back-to-backs at all this season. It's a game plan they had from the onset of the season. So I'm feeling good about him getting this done. This last 10, 35 minutes a game, 11.2 rebound chances. He's been rebounding like a madman lately. It's been awesome. 6.2 potential assists. He's just been turning everything up. Let's look at the head-to-head, see how that looks. Yeah, so he had this monster game last time they matched up, but this is from last year, and I think Kawhi tends to actually play better in tougher matchups. I don't know if there's like an extra gear that he just turns on because the competition's there. He doesn't kind of get lax about it. But yeah, he went for 45 PRA in this last game, even though it was from last year. It's, somewhat of a similar look. The Clippers and the Magic are somewhat of a similar look. Let's look at this injury report. So Amir Coffey, game time decision. Kawhi, game time decision. But again, I think he's going to play, but that's just me. Cole Anthony, game time decision. Jalen Suggs out. Mo Wagner out. So yeah, let's look at the matchup specifically because it's tough. I mean, Orlando is no joke on defense. First in points allowed, second in rebounds allowed, first in assists allowed. Go over to the small forward position. Loosens up a little bit on the rebounds. First in points allowed, 11th in rebounds allowed, 4th in assists allowed. It is so impressive that Orlando can stay they've done this all year where they stay the top dogs on defense against so many positions. Very impressive. There's no soft spots really when you're playing against Orlando. It's wild. Yeah, overall number 1 in points allowed, number 1 in assists allowed, second in rebounds allowed. Very impressive, even with all the injuries that they deal with. But I think Kawhi can get us at least 32 PRA tonight since he had the last game off. Let's take a look here, see what Daily Grind thinks. All right. So they like his first quarter points over 4 as the best. One of these days I'll get the guts to start playing these first quarter props. Maybe I'll start doing it and just throw like $1 on it. But there's always so much value there. But I get so bummed out when they don't cash in the first quarter and I got to watch the rest of the game with my slip just, burned. But they like his rebounds and assists over 9.5. I think that looks great too. 52.08% odds to hit the over. Minus 128. They like his points, rebounds. They like his points alone. They do like the PRA as well. So they like everything scoring related for Kawhi tonight. And I'm going to show you guys just because I want to show you, like, look at this fantasy score. The fantasy score does look good, but I'm just a little nervous. But yeah, he went for 64 last time he played them, and that was from last year. And then he's got a very similar hit rate with the fantasy score. But you can see this game here against Memphis, he just barely got it done. He's not bad with turnovers. I think the most he gets is like 2 or 3. The last 5 games, he's only had 2 games where he had 2 turnovers. Other than that, it's 1 or 0. And in the head-to-head, when he went for 64 fantasy score, he had 3 turnovers and still went for 64. It is tempting, but excuse me. I think that the safer play is the PRA, so I'm rolling that. But that's going to cover everything. If you guys want to check out the DFS optimizer, this thing is great. It will help you cash more often. A lot of times, you guys see what I'm doing here. I'll have a play in mind, and then I'll type it into the optimizer, and I'll realize, maybe I should take the PRA instead of the points rebounds. Or, oh wow, they love his rebounds alone to go over. Why? And then you can look at the numbers and be like, oh, it's because it's cheaper on Prizepicks. I'm getting a full point discount, and it puts that stuff on your radar. So this is without anybody in the search bar. It's showing you just across the NBA all the plays they love. This PJ Washington PRA over 24.5 is absolutely juice to go over if you guys are able to still lock that in. 54.55% odds to hit the over, minus 140. They like Tyler Hero's first quarter points over 6.5. Bam Adebayo, they love his PRA over 34.5. 53.78% odds to hit the over, minus 136. We got a lot of overs. This Josh Giddey rebounds. This was in my lineup for the video, but I'm just a little nervous about his status because he is questionable to play tonight. But this 8.5 rebounds does look really juicy. 53.64% odds to hit the over, minus 135. Drew Holiday, 3.5 assists. They put all these on your radar, so you don't have to just comb over Prizepicks and Underdog for a while and try to see if anything looks good. The optimizer does it all for you. So if you guys want to get this into your tool set, just use my code JRUSSO over at dgfantasy.com. They're going to give you 25% off, and you can lock that in for as long as you want, all the way up to a year. You can use it for esports. You can use it for golf, tennis, NHL, everything. They cover literally everything, and they have all of these different platforms too. You just click on it and it'll do the same thing. I have it set to Prizepicks right now. But if you want to see because these platforms are putting out different lines than each other a lot of the time. So yeah, you click on Underdog and it will show you, okay, here's where the best deals are on Underdog. I've had plenty of times where I just quickly, I'm in a hurry and I'm like, okay, I don't have a ton of time to do research. Let me hop on DG. And I get on there and I quickly just grab a bunch of overs, or if there's a bunch of unders that are juiced, I'll grab those. But anyways, have some fun with it. If you guys want to check it out, use my code JRUSSO. And if you want to try Outlier, you can actually test drive this one for free for a week. You just sign up through the link below. You don't need to put a code in. Just throw your info in and no commitments up front. Sign up through the link and they're going to give you a week just to test all this out, see how you like it. And make sure you play around with all these settings and all these different statistical categories, and you can take players in and out of the equation. Games without player, games with player, you can adjust the minutes and see what these players did when they get like at least 30 minutes. You can take a look at Kawhi and just be like, okay, like what of these games how did he do when he got like 36 minutes, and it'll show you what he's done on 36 plus minutes. You can fine tune all this stuff. So have some fun with it if you take advantage of that free week. But I really appreciate you guys tuning into the show. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like the video on your way out. Some of you have asked me about premium, if I have a premium, and me and my buddy Jordy, we actually have a channel together called Backdoor Fantasy Sports. And my premium is just our Backdoor Fantasy Sports Discord. So we're not doing like our solo premiums or anything. It's just we kind of share that. And so if you guys want to sign up for that, there's a link below. You sign up through Patreon, and then that will guide you through how to get into the Discord if you want to come join the Discord. And literally every play we put together, it goes into the Discord. So if you want to check that out, that information is down below too. But have a great day, guys. Let's start it off strong this week. I appreciate you tuning in. I'll catch you in the next one.